Yo, what up, players? We are live. So we got Austin Summers joining us in a minute now. But yeah, so we had a little change of plans today. We're supposed to do a stream with Erudite, but she had some issues with the Airbnb she was staying in or something like that. So we moved that one to Wednesday, and I got Austin Summers to come on tonight. So this is going to be a value stream where we're going to do a lot of Q&A. We're going to answer your questions, talk about games. So you guys are always saying that we want more value, less drama. Well, this is going to be a value stream. Someone's like late maxer. Dude, I literally started 10 seconds late. I guess if I'm like 0.01% seconds past the start time, people are like, late, playing with lateness. Yeah, what's up?
Yo,
What's going on?
what's up? Nothing much. Just got back from the gym.
All right. Looking nice and fit for a live stream?
Yep.
All right. Hell
What's
yeah.
going on?
Not much, dude. So yeah, thanks for coming on. I figured we'd bullshit about game a little bit and then do some Q&A.
Nice, dude. I like your background now. You actually have a nice background. Where is this?
I moved into a new apartment.
Ah, nice, dude. I like the background. It's cool.
You like the sign?
Oh, is that Playing with Fire? Nice.
Yeah, you can't see it with the where the camera is. So yeah,
And what is the art? What's the art behind your left shoulder
or
right shoulder? I don't know.
It just came with the apartment. Oh, this. Yeah, that's just a painting I have.
Nice. It's cool.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
But yeah, man. What have you been? You've been mainly working on your product for the last few months.
Yeah, working on the product. I'm doing some cool stuff with it too. Things that haven't been done in other courses, but yeah, I don't want to just pitch my product the whole time. Let's give some value to these people.
Hell
I
yeah.
know the chat has missed me, so and the audio's coming through this mic, right? Hello.
Yeah, you're good on the mic.
Okay.
Have you had? Okay, let's start off with this question. We haven't chatted in like 3-4 months. Have you had any like new things that you've been doing in terms of pickup, any revelations, or anything like that you feel like is worth sharing?
Yeah. One of the things I'm working on right now is here, I'll actually pull it up. So I know you're doing like a AI script.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing like an AI chatbot, right? For that I guess would use what would it integrate into, like text or?
Yeah, you would basically just upload a screenshot and then it would tell you what to say next.
All right. So this is the general idea of this. Think about if you got a notification on your phone and it said, hey, tonight at 9 p.m., you're meeting Heather. And this is the information about her. These are the qualities that you look for in a girl, and she meets 85% of them. And your dates at this time at this place, then you go. And another way of thinking about this, let's say you're traveling and you open your Instagram and you've already messaged 100 girls on Instagram that are 9s and 10s or just like whatever you like, and that are 10 miles around where you're staying in the city. So that's what I'm trying to build right now. It involves a lot of stuff. It involves like a neural net. It involves some of the strategies that I don't talk about online because they violate the terms and conditions of several dating apps. But yeah, so we're working on that. My roommate's a NASA scientist who does like machine learning and stuff for NASA. So we're using that. And then the main thing, it's kind of like 3 chunks. There's the automated swiping with girls that are really hot. Yeah. And then there's the DMing basically. So it involves like a Instagram scraper. And then if your AI chatbot gets really good, I may just honestly pay you for using it. And then you've seen my CRM thing, right? So it has like a dating CRM. It's like you can put like several spots in your calendar of where you want to fill up dates, and think about if all that workflow went into your calendar. Say like they're playing Jenga in the other room. The Jenga tower just collapsed.
Dude, there's actually a guy who did something very similar to what you're describing. I was just looking for the video here. Let me pull it up.
There's a bunch of people who've done components of this, but no one's done it in one package. And almost all the guys Ethan. Yeah.
You've seen this video?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his stuff.
How I dated 49.
And the thing is,
in New
no
York
one ends
City
up
at the same time.
no one ends up
Step
selling
one,
it.
I reverse engineered all the major dating apps and stored 49,000 profiles in a database. I then wrote a program to swipe right on all of them and got around 5,000 matches. And to
See,
speak
that's
to all
the
5,000
problem.
women, I built an artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
You can't swipe right on all of them because then Tinder doesn't want to reward spam. So you have to be select. You have to mimic user behavior, and why would you want to match with 5,000 girls and then have to manually choose which ones are hot? Like,
Yeah,
what if it just automatically did that?
That is kind of true because Tinder would just like Tinder has algorithms to look for like spam or machines, and that would, if you're just swiping right on everyone, you would trigger whatever the algorithm. Another interesting video he did, which this one was like probably my favorite ones. Do you see the one where he wrote a program that basically makes it seem like he has like 20,000 live viewers on TikTok?
Yeah,
And
I
then
have that app.
Dude, oh, you have that app?
Yeah, I think in my opinion, the coolest one that he did was these people that got into these they're like, oh, I met my dream partner, whatever, like soulmate. He wrote a program that notifies him when those two people stop following each other on Instagram, and it sends it a notification to hit on the girl. Isn't that funny? It's like, these girls in relationships, it'll see when she gets out of a relationship because she stops following the guy, and then he's the literal exact first person to message her after that.
Yeah, that guy's smart as fuck. I debated him like a year ago. We did a debate.
What was the debate on?
We wound up agreeing more than we did. He initially saw my TikTok videos and he was like, "Oh, you're spreading misogyny." I was like, "All right, let's debate, mofo." So we set up a debate, but then we just wound up agreeing on everything because he just didn't really understand my positions. Like, he didn't really understand what I was trying to push for. So there was not really any big disagreement. But yeah.
But dude, just think about like whoever has access to this is like a kind of like a gold mine time where you have like all these emerging technologies, and if you figure it out first, your dating life not only explodes, but if the person who figures it out could be, this could be a multi-million-dollar business. Like your AI chatbot could end up dwarfing your playing with fire thing. It could just
100%.
like blow up, right?
Yeah, if it does what I want to, then yeah, it will definitely. Yeah, I mean, the playing with fire potential is capped to like the pickup audience, or maybe like your average who wants to get laid. This is to literally every single fucking straight single man on the planet.
And for the people listening, write if this is interesting to you. Like, basically, everyone's saying like we should team up and then we should also go shirtless. This is what everyone's saying. Anyway, write in the comments if you would be interested in basically pushing a button and this whole like automation thing works, and you have like literally you could have hundreds of girls that are within 5 to 10 miles of you that are literally the hottest girls in that area messaged by you. But then there's also like the issue with when they actually go on the date, if they have no experience with like 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, how are they going to deal with like the absolute hottest girls? So
yeah, I don't know. I think that's a quality problem to have though.
That's when our back end coaching comes in. But dude, for me, think about if you were traveling, Alex, you go to like Medellin again, you just push a button and then you have all those girls that you can just message.
I'm actually going to Medellin in 2 weeks.
Nice. You should do the Instagram ads thing before you go test it out.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about that offline. You can tell me specifically how to do it. What's the ETA on the thing that you're developing?
It's hard to say. We're thinking about 2 weeks. I actually we have Nate doing the machine learning, and then we have one of my old students who he was a director at one of these tech firms. I'm not going to say which one, and all he's doing right now is just banging a bunch of girls. So.
Oh, well, you think you can get done? Okay, because for me the time span is like 6 months, but you're saying 2 weeks for you guys.
So we have different functions. So the main functions that we want to do is the auto swiper, and then a couple of the Python scripts to scrape stuff and add it to lists. And then for the AI stuff right now, in terms of the messaging, it's quite bad. I don't know if you've played around with ChatGPT or like these other AI chat things, but they're quite bad.
Yeah,
and they give like.
I feel like ours is going to be a lot better because I think a lot of it just has to do with ChatGPT actually has a lot of potential. It was just trained poorly. It was trained by a bunch of blue pill simps. So I feel like if ChatGPT was trained by like me or you, like the results would actually already be really good. So I feel like the potential is there. It was just bad training. Like from what we've been doing, like training the algorithm, like the results we're getting are pretty decent. It's just also a problem of sample. Like you need thousands and thousands of examples to really train this, right? Which is like, it takes a while to like fucking gather all those examples, discount the bad ones. But yeah, I think there's a lot of potential in it. But yeah, ours is probably like 6 months away.
Dude, remember back in the day, like game, you should just used to be like, hey, like, what's like a good opener? Or, hey, like, how do I be confident? Now it's like, how do you get your large language network machine learning system up? How do you train it? How do you scale the systems necessary for it? It's so funny.
A bunch of dudes' desire to get laid is what's going to fuel the technological revolution. Yeah. So yeah, once you get your shit done, you should send me a copy and I'll do a review video on it.
Down. Oh yeah, that's kind of something I wanted to ask you on. I'm making the text game part of it now, like going really in depth. And what I'm thinking to do is just make a very simple, streamlined, like here's the main concepts of text game. Here's like a flow chart that you generally follow, and then just like 100 examples. Because I feel like examples people learn from the most. What do you think?
I think examples are good. I think that a lot of people still struggle. Like for example, I've given countless examples of what like a good Tinder photo is, what is a bad Tinder photo, and then whenever I do Tinder review streams, 95% of them are just bad photos. I just like so. And people are like, no, dude, I watched all your videos. I was like, okay, well, then you just didn't really apply anything I talk about because this is like a fucking selfie of you taking a shit. Like, I think I'm pretty clear on that.
Some people need more help, that's for sure.
Yeah, some people really need to like kind of like hold their hand a little bit. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I totally slipped my mind. What was I gonna say? No, fuck, completely forgot. Let's see what questions we have. Kick off the discussion. Alex looks like Austen's dad. I don't think I look that old.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing holding me back in terms of business is I just look young. And people associate wisdom with age. So if I look like I'm just graduated from high school, then people are going to be less trustworthy or less associating me with having wisdom.
Also, the SJWs are going to shut it down. Nobody wants to talk to a robot. But how can they? The only way they can shut it down is if they get banned from the App Store. That's really the only way I can see this not working, unless Tinder does something on the end to make this like script not run, which is a possibility.
And even then, you could do it manually. You could say like you could input the messages.
Like what happened to Erudite? Yeah, she has had some issues with her Airbnb, so she wasn't able to get back in time. We're gonna do hers on Wednesday. What about an AI for cold approach? I guess that's the next level.
That would be even harder because you have to gauge like tone of voice. You have to gauge what certain types of girls will respond to, and then it has to like adapt in real time to like the things that the girl says. But I think basic things you could do. But it's even hard too because it would have a lot of these computer systems use visual cues. So if you don't have like a good shot of you and the girl, it's hard to like tell it what to do. Like that's what Tesla does. Tesla runs on just visual cues. So
here's an interesting question. Do you think cold approach will still exist in 10 years? My answer is yes. Where do you stand on that?
I think it's either yes or no. It's either going to be people are because that's the thing when you automate everything. First of all, almost everything on Instagram is like fake as it is right now, right? And then think about like 10 years from now, everything's just going to be like AI fucking perfected photos and videos. And so people are going to be less trustworthy of things that they see online. So that could make cold approach actually better. And then if you look at the trends, the two trends of where people are meeting are online and bars. Like through friends, through church, through school, through work, those are all declining. And those will probably still decline because people are going to be doing more remote work as time goes on. So,
yeah. I don't see cold approach going away, honestly. I think maybe in like 50 years, but not in 10 years.
Yeah, in 50 years we'll just be uploaded our consciousness to the cloud. So the what's it called? The singularity. What Ray Kurzweil, he's the chief engineer at Google. He's actually accurately predicted most of the technological revolutions of the past like 50 years. That guy says that by 2045 that the singularity will happen. And that's the inflection point at which like AI, nanotechnology, and robotics, or like a couple of fields, like they just exponentially like rise. So like no one can really predict what happens at that point. So
sounds fun. We have that to look forward to at least. I think that like a lot of people talk about in the Black Book community, like sex bots. Oh, once sex bots are out, I think guys are not going to want to like go pick up girls. But I don't know, man. I feel like if there was a perfect sex bot that was like a perfect 10 robot with the best fucking artificial vagina, I would still want the real thing. And I think most guys would still want the real thing.
It depends.
Where do you stand? Where do you stand on robot vagina?
Dude, I'm all in on robot pussy.
Yeah, okay.
But think about it. People jerk off to screens.
Not me. No fat club here.
Sorry, but people jerk off to screens. That's a 2D version of sex, and people still get tripped up by that. You know, like one of the famous parts of that book, Your Brain on Porn. They talk about these beetles that fuck these beer bottles, like the bottom of the bottle in Australia of these beer bottles looked exactly like a really hot beetle. So these beetles would just fuck the beer bottles. So there's like little triggers in your brain. And for us, it's largely visual, right? So if you had 2D visual representation of sex, gets you to the point where you're addicted to it. Imagine 3D with tactile sensations with a sex bot that is like designed to like the hot, like for you, it would just be a gigantic ass.
Yeah. It's just,
and you just train her to say, "Ay, papi."
Ay, papi. Ay, caramba. That's my grande.
And she treats you exactly like the way you want to be treated. Dude, and imagine this, does chores around the house, does like everything else, like cleans your plate. Like, wouldn't that be awesome in a way?
In some ways, it would also be pretty fucking creepy in other ways.
It would be creepy. It would be probably a little weird, dystopian. But think about this. There's a lot of guys that are lonely, that have given up. There's a lot of black pill people that not only have a bad starting point, but they're calcified and negative self-defeating beliefs.
That is something that's only going to get worse. I think the black pill community is only going to get bigger. There's only going to be more incels. There's only going to be more dudes giving up.
Yeah. And they have social media, and they have porn, and they have modern society to thank for that.
Yeah. But you know that saying, the rich get richer, the poor get poor?
Yep. That's going to be really pronounced.
I think it's going to be like that with pussy. Like the guys that are very, because if you think about it, 40 years ago, like the top 0.1% of guys, they were having a lot of sex, but nowhere near the level the top 0.1% guys are having now. I mean, like without modern technology, you couldn't really do like 3 girls a day or something. Like, you had to like actually physically meet them. Now, like literally these like celebrities have pussy coordinators. Literally someone whose job time is set up pussy appointments. They can fuck like 5 hot girls a day, just like set them up. Like that's only available because of modern technology. I think that like as technology progresses, it's going to go even more in that direction. So the guys at the very top are going to clean up better than ever. But then like,
but there are constraints on that in general. Like certain people don't like it's the endless pit of fucking new girls. For a lot of people, gets really old, and that's why they go back into a relationship. This is what I call the cyclical nature of dating, right? You date a lot, and then you find a girl that's like your girlfriend, and you care more about her, and maybe for 3 to 6 months you're like monogamous. At least for me, like I'll if I find a girl I really like, I'll be completely monogamous for like 3 months, and then I'll tell her like, hey, I need sexual novelty, and then I'll maybe open it up on my end. But for most guys, they don't have the traumatic experiences or the grind to get good at pickup that we had to do. so they don't care as much about it.
Yeah,
Like, and you'll see a lot of celebrities that would just get girlfriends. Like Logan Paul right now has a girlfriend that he really enjoys. So,
well, he needs something to distract him from all the hate he's getting online after that little crypto scandal.
yeah, and I think pussy is something like, how many times can you bang a bust a nut? Like, it's not like money where you could like literally like have a money machine operate. Like if you had your AI thing operating and it just scales, people could be paying you. You could be raking in $1 million a day or something, right?
Well,
and it doesn't affect you, but you can't be fucking a million girls a day.
Well, that's what you think.
Well,
yeah, no, there are some like practical constraints. Sure, I get that.
I don't know. You gotta get me on that TRT if that's what you're.
Man, it's only a matter of time, bro. You gotta get on the TRT. The grind becoming good PUA is amazing. Yeah, in a lot of ways it is. I look back at it generally fondly. Like I don't regret it at all. If you met like a fucking wizard and he says, "Hey, I can wave a magic wand and you'll have all the results you have now without having to go through any of the effort," would you take him up on that?
No, because the journey is like the most fun part of it. People say that the same thing about being rich. Like the journey, like, dude, when I remember back sleeping on floors, well, I still sleep on the floor, but sleeping on floors, I had to like, at one point I was so food insecure. I was eating like mealy potatoes, just grinding and fucking hustling 16-hour days.
Yeah. Some of my craziest stories are from like learning game. That's like, I think my funnest stories are from that era. Why do people who enjoy long-term relationships seem to neglect the importance of cold approach or having abilities to seduce women? They claim it's easy to hook up. I never did that.
Girls will often say that it's easy to hook up. Like girls don't understand the struggle that men go through to become like attractive.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll have like, I remember my one girlfriend. She was trying to like get me to settle down with her, and oh geez, this fucking movie's so loud that they're watching. One second.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that is true. I have heard girls say that. Sometimes they make it out to be like it takes like zero effort. It's like super duper easy to get laid.
Yeah, because for them it is. Like
Right.
the girl that I went on the podcast with you, the one in person, Victoria. She was like, you can bang a new person every night, but what's tough is finding something real.
Victoria, you're describing 0.01% of men. 99% of men cannot bang a new chick every single night. They're nowhere close to that. 99% of men haven't had sex in months, if not years. Yeah, that's a good point. Alex, if you lost your business to your girlfriend, will you start believing in God? Oh, shit, man. No, probably, because I would feel like God is out to get me. So that would make me like less likely, I think, to believe. I think I would just become like more bitter and shit. I don't know. Did you watch the Pastor Aiden debate I did?
No, but
we had this like really crazy pastor dude on. He was like saying all kinds of wild shit. Like he hopes like all of us non-believers get STDs, like shit like that. It's pretty nuts.
You could literally be. This is a funny thing with STDs. You could be a virgin. Your wife could be a virgin, but she could have gotten herpes from like being born, or she could have like kissed someone, gotten the oral form of herpes, HSV1, give you a blowjob, and that herpes could take place in your genitals.
Yeah. So I don't really stress about that stuff too much. I just wear a condom and that's about it. Like I don't OCD.
Yeah, wear a condom, have a good immune system from eating healthy, exercising, sleeping well. You're good.
I think that's probably the most important part is the immune system part. How did Austen avoid getting drugged, robbed in Colombia?
Yeah, so the people that get drugged and robbed in Colombia almost exclusively are dealing with prostitutes. But hold on, let me pull this up. This is a Protect. Yeah, I wrote this in a video. So here's for people that do get. Also, they do stupid shit like meeting up with two girls from Tinder and like, they want to have a threesome with me, or they'll. This is another reason why not to drink, because oftentimes they'll put the scopolamine, which is the drug they use, in the alcohol. There's a great video. If you type in scopolamine Vice, it's like, I think Vice News is like #1 video of all time. But yeah, don't get too drunk or high with someone that seems untrustworthy. If something seems way too good to be true, it probably is. One of the things that especially new guys in game, they don't understand is the difference between real attraction and fake attraction. And if you're like autistic, it's kind of, you have to like literally learn step by step what is real attraction, what is fake attraction. Because if your spidey senses are tingling, it seems too good to be true. It definitely is. And at the end of the day, it's better to not get laid as opposed to ending up in a situation where some people get drugged and robbed. Who gives a fuck about losing $5,000 of stuff? What if you don't wake up and you're dead? Like, some people die from getting drugged, or they're mentally fucked up for the rest of their life. So yeah.
Yeah, I got robbed in Colombia at knife point, but I only lost $20. And these two chicks tried to drug us, but we caught on to that. That was funny. So nothing actually happened. But yeah, there's some shady shit that happens in Colombia. But I agree. A lot of it has to do with prostitutes, drugs, or threesome proposals. Ask Austen.
Also, all the threesomes that I had in Colombia were with my girlfriend. And my girlfriend protected me fiercely from all the stupid shit in Colombia. So she would scream the fuck out of girls. She would literally, like, we had one in threesome where she said, like, let's just fucking leave. Like, this girl's fucking sketch. So we just left.
What happened? What made her think it was sketch?
She just got the vibes. She just knows the culture, right?
Uh-huh.
And beyond that, she just helped me prevent me from getting scammed. She let me know when we were in dangerous areas. Like, one time we came back from a hike and we ended up on this weird area, and she like looked around. She checked her map and she goes, "We need to get in a fucking taxi right now." It was like the most dangerous area of all of Medellin. It's like one little neighborhood.
Here's a different question. Ask Austen his main funnel for girls. How much cold approach does he make sim? What apps does he focus on, etc.?
Yeah, main way I've gotten laid in my whole life is night game. That's like 40%. Online second, and the main things I use for that are Instagram and seeking arrangement. But that's because I mainly focus on hotter girls, and the seeking arrangement is how you get hotter girls. Like, they're just because think about it like this from a girl's perspective. I know Bumble is quite good too, but from a girl's perspective, why would she go on Tinder where any random guy could go on it when she could go on seeking arrangement and meet guys that are richer, more successful, because they have to pay $100 just to be on the site. So it screens out a lot of the guys that they don't want to be with. If a woman likes a successful older man that has a shit together, then she's going to go on that site. Another thing I like about it is that girls don't they don't expect you to like be this like gay texting buddy that like a lot of the other dating apps have. They like understand when you're busy and you don't have time to text them back. So I like that about it too.
Yeah, I think Seeking has the hottest girls. I would agree with that. I met up with some pretty hot chicks with Seeking. I had a pretty interesting encounter last week, actually. So I met up with this chick, right? She had like humongous fucking titties, which is, something I'm a fan of. But she was like super nervous when she came in. So I kind of like warmed her up. It took like an hour to make her feel comfortable. Eventually I bring her upstairs and we like start making out and like get her naked. I don't know if you ever experienced this, but have you ever had a chick that just like so disconnected from her body that like you're fucking her and she's like talking about like some random shit that's not related to sex at all? No.
Yeah, just like super intellectual.
No. It's like
and also girls that are just kind of spazzy. I try to make them meditate before sex, actually. So I'll put on like a 10-minute guided meditation. And then I'll do a connection exercise where I hold their hand, I look in their eyes, and I'll lead them through this connection exercise. But the thing is, if a girl's so spazzy and so like TikTok out of her mind, she's like this, it's hard to get them to sit still and like meditate for like 1 minute. They're like, all right, is it over?
Yeah, that's true. What's your strategy on Instagram?
So Instagram, you can do 3 things that I found to work. I'll give everyone's broke here. So we'll do the brokey strategy first. Brokey strategy. First of all, make a good Instagram, which less than 5% of people have good Instagrams. Like if you guys seen Alex's breakdowns, like if you just do the things that Alex says to make good photos and make good content for Instagram, you'll have a cool Instagram. From there, you can reach out to girls. You can send DMs. This is kind of like the Gary Vaynerchuk strategy. Like business people, they start like 20 conversations a day. Think about if you start 20 conversations a day with girls, even if 1% convert, in 10 days, that's like, what is that? That's one conversion. I don't know. My math is bad. Whatever. So you can think about the places that have hot girls, nightclubs, universities, I don't know, high-end restaurants, maybe salons or beauty parlors or whatever. Find those accounts on Instagram, go to the followers of that Instagram account, and then just start messaging girls from that you see on there.
That's
so
funny.
That's the
very similar. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the brokey strategy. The higher strategy of that is you use if you know some techie, I'll do the techie strat of that. Put those same ones into a Python, and or write a Python code to scrape all the followers of that onto a Google Sheet, and then have a VA, like a virtual assistant, go through and remove anyone that's a guy, fake profile, marketing account, no image, whatever, and leave only the hot girls from that account. And then you can just go through, click every day, click 20 links, open them up in your browser, message the girls, and then
Yeah, you're just kind of limited because you can only do like 20 new messages a day or something, I think, or 25. I forget the number.
I think it's 20 an hour, but yeah,
I forget.
They're gonna put limits on it, and they always change it because they wanna make spammers like get wrecked. But you're not using it for spam; you're using it to meet some beautiful women.
Do you think?
Go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say, do you think if like you're someone who has a good amount of money and you're like really serious about meeting girls off Instagram, it's a worthwhile investment to get verified?
No, it doesn't do that much. Even my verified friends said it's like they didn't really notice any big difference, like 1%. They just go, "Oh, that's cool that you have that." It's kind of like a curiosity thing. It's like
I've heard like the exact opposite, honestly.
They're like, "Oh, that's." But the thing is, if your content's fucking amazing, and you look like an attractive, cool, fun guy who has like interesting things going on in his life, what extra does a blue checkmark do?
I think the biggest extra is that the girls will see your messages. So like any hot girl gets like 50 dudes DMing them. So you show up in their fucking whatever misc spam extra folder, and quite often they just legitimately don't see your shit, right? Versus if you're verified, they're gonna see your message. So I think that's the biggest factor.
I asked that to Brandon Carter, who's verified, and he said it isn't like that. So I don't know about that, but I want to talk about two more strategies for Instagram, and then we'll go into this question. So the third one is if you have money and you like to travel, just buy Instagram ads. So promoting stories works really well. And then the fourth strategy would be content. So right now it is a global war for who wins in the short form video category. So Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok are just like fucking promoting the fuck out of short videos. So if you create short form content, you can just blow up. Like if you're somewhat charismatic or somewhat like you're okay with being on camera, just create a ton of content. Anytime you find a reel that you like, save it, and you can literally copy it. I actually did this the other day. I got 1 million views on my personal Instagram for this. The video is just me interviewing people, asking them what the capital of like America, the United States was, how many moons there are, and it's like so crazy that no one knows the answer. So it blew up, 1 million views.
Wow.
And then from there, I literally had my first girl just like reach out to me organically through that. So
she was just like, I like your video or whatever.
Let me see what she said. She said something, but then she transitioned with like, so what else do you do besides interviewing people on the street? Let me find this bitch. Okay.
You just sent her a phone, massive dildo. This.
She said, I can answer all the questions in your trivia. And then she asked, and then she followed up, you have a dog called Athena? Like, so it's kind of interesting. And girls start seeing you in a different light. But
does she live in your area?
Crazy. Go ahead. What?
Does she live in your area? It's like someone from across the side of the country.
She doesn't live in my area, so that's a downside.
Yeah, I've had I've had a lot of chicks message me, not a lot, but like a few who've been like, "Yo, I found your random, I found channel really randomly. I thought I was gonna hate you, but I like your content. You seem like a pretty cool dude." But they're always like fucking, I don't know, 10 hours away or something.
Yeah. All right, let's address this question. If he's a fan of seeking, how do you prevent yourself from being sugar daddy zoned? Well, first of all, keep this in mind that women have a couple strategies of how they deal with guys, right? There's like lover, provider, and then like the beta male, right? So even a girl that is a straight up fucking whore, prostitute, whatever, if she meets a really cool, fun guy that makes her feel like great emotions, she will not even like, she doesn't have to make him pay, basically. So there's that. Keep that in your back of your mind. But then on the same site, you can go through and see what girls write on their profiles. What do they, if they say, hey, I'm just looking for a guy that I have, I connect with and we have good vibes with. If she says that, she's younger, she's new on the site, she's like in college, she's just like wants to meet some cool, successful guys, then there's no problem. If you find a girl that in her profile she says, I'm an experienced sugar baby, I want these specific criteria, I'm looking for this, like if she's looking for anything that she's like, I want an allowance, yeah, I just completely avoid those girls. And then to make it clear, if you want to make it even further, clarify it, say, to be clear, I don't have to pay for sex because I'm not 80 years old and gross. Yeah, I'm just looking for girls that, like to be like successful men. And to be honest, like any guy, if you really like your girl or like you really are invested in a relationship, like you're going to bring your girl out to dinner. You're going to travel with your girl, right? There's going to be things like this. So yeah. So those are like the back end things that you can use to incentivize them to kind of like go with you in a way.
This is kind of how I look at it. I think there's like 4 categories of girls on Seeking. So the first is like the professional sugar baby / escort. And I think like these are largely a waste of time. I think that like these girls, regardless of how good your game is or how persuasive you are, they're just too hardwired to want money. These are the girls who literally cannot orgasm unless there's money being exchanged. Like their brain chemistry and their dopamine receptors are tied to money, right? So these girls are a lost cause. I just screen them out. The second is the amateur sugar baby. So this is a girl who's just looking to get into sugar babying, but she probably has a part-time job or a full-time job, or she's a student. She doesn't do this full-time, or she hasn't been doing it for a while. So with those girls, really good frame control can basically make the difference between you having to pay for it and you hooking up with her for free, right? It just depends on how you position it. Then there's the BDSM chicks. So these are the chicks who just watch Red 50 Shades of Grey. They're usually like 19 or 20 years old. They just want to have sex with an older dominant guy. Those are like my favorite category, but they're also pretty rare. And then the fourth category is just a normal girl who's just tired of dating losers. She just wants to date a successful guy. She doesn't care about money. She doesn't want money from you. She just wants you not to be a loser, right? So you can second, third, and fourth category the girls are going for. I think that
that's pretty spot on. And it's the same thing. Like, imagine if you as a guy are
like, also, you just start having really bad feedback. I don't know if you did something.
Fuck, dude. Hold on. Is this better?
Oh yeah, a million times.
Okay, let me see if I put it back to my mic if it's good. Hello.
Yeah, it sounds good now.
Okay, cool. This girl keeps calling me. Every girl I break up with, like, like spam calls me.
What was I gonna say about the? Oh yeah, so you're only gonna get sugar daddy zoned if you're like leading with money. Which is what a lot of the guys on there are doing. Like I've gone through some of these girls' messages and shit, and these dudes are like literally like basically trying to bribe them into hanging out. Hey, do you want to get together? I'll buy you a Gucci bag. Like they're literally. So if you're just like not using your money to lead, then you don't really have to worry. Honestly, like I think it really comes down to as simple as that.
Yeah, and think about from the girl's perspective. It feels manipulative. It feels slimy if you're literally bribing a girl to hang out with you. And what does it suggest about you? You can't get girls on your own, so you need something else. That's kind of what it suggests.
Yeah. Playing with fire. What's your opinion on Kisar video? Hamid Miles PD 10 girls. Are you familiar with this? I haven't seen this.
Quasar video. That's like a astrological thing, right? Quasar.
Yeah, I don't think
Quasar is extremely luminous active galactic nucleus.
I don't think that's what he's referring to. Did Austen break up with a Colombian girl?
That was like years ago.
That was a while ago, wasn't it? What was the reason?
I was just bored. I don't know. I was kind of done.
Uh-huh.
I prefer, to be honest, I prefer girls that speak English. I just feel like I can't. There's certain things you just can't connect when they don't speak English. So
Austin and Alex, have either of you met up with a male sugar baby? I personally have not.
yeah, that's most of my lake count actually. That's
Male
what I've been using to pad my lake count for the past year.
No, but seriously, have you ever met it? Have you met a male sugar baby?
I mean, what that would be like a gigolo, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
basically.
there probably exists, right? I mean, these older women that are like CEOs or whatever, like that's probably who they fuck.
Alex Austin, how do you date so many women at once and most of them on good terms without ghosting? I think you typically can end on good terms if you didn't lie to the girl or manipulate her. So if you're just being pretty upfront, then I don't really see any reason why it wouldn't end on good terms. I feel like I'm on good terms with like the vast majority of girls I've been with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just like things end on bad terms when there's like lying or deception involved.
Yeah, the thing with me is I get over girls and then I break up with them and then they keep calling me trying to hang out with me. So I don't know what that is about. But one thing that people don't understand about this is women can tell when you have abundance, right? And they have different modes of operating for different guys. So if they can tell that you're an abundant guy, they don't want to scare you off by asking for commitment too early. And they understand, they're more like forgiving if you do things with other girls. And on top of that, if you live in a culture where it's kind of like normal, then you can just have a conversation with the girl straight up and say, hey, listen, I really like you. You know, you're awesome. But unfortunately, like, I don't believe in monogamy and I don't think I can do it. So I don't want to hurt you or lie or go behind your back because I'm not a piece of shit. But yeah.
What's the longest relationship you've ever had?
3 years.
Oh, wow, okay, that's pretty long. What percentage of girls have been down for a one-side open relationship with Austen? It's an interesting question.
So this is a good question, and I'm actually going to involve some science here. So in this book, Evolutionary Psychology, it's by David Buss. It's like a textbook. In their studies, basically, it's between like 1 to 4 and 1 to 8. So that means like there's 4 to 8 times more men that prefer having multiple partners than there are women. Women don't really want multiple partners. Men typically want multiple partners. And women have always understood that they have to allow some sort of cheating in some sort of way. And it's not even cheating. It's just like, whether it's flirting with other girls, whether it's having sex with them while I travel. So for example, I'll talk about 2 arrangements. One was with my girlfriend in Colombia. She said, hey, listen, you can fuck all the girls you want when you travel. We can fuck all the girls you want in a threesome, but I don't want you fucking girls in the same city as me, like you going on solo dates. And I was like, okay, that's pretty reasonable. And then the other one in Toronto, the 3-year relationship, she just said, I just don't want to know about it. Don't bring me any STDs, and we're fine. Just use a condom with them all, and don't ever like if we have plans, never break plans with me to go meet another girl. And like that's super reasonable, right?
Yeah.
So
gotcha. Let's bring on Hugh. I think he had a few questions.
Yo, Hugh.
Yo, Austin Summers.
Yo, is your last name Normus?
It's Jassel.
Jassel. Hugh Jassel.
Yeah, here, let me put my full name for the chat real quick. There we go.
Yeah, when am I getting the Coach Whitebill video?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm moving.
Like
I'm moving the goalpost. I was on vacation and I forgot, and then I started working double shifts when I came back home. Like, I'm sorry. I've been a busy guy. High value man. I just watched your video about getting ahead of 90% of men, so now I'm doing that.
Okay. Well, yeah. You know, I know forwarding a video takes a while, so take as long as you need. But yeah, so what did you want to discuss?
I kind of I put it in the private chat, the link to the video. I kind of wanted to discuss this because it's kind of a black pill destroyer a little bit.
Oh, it's like 25 minutes long though.
And we can skip through it, or let me present. And I can skip through it with you.
Okay. Let me share the screen.
Yeah, I'll present on here.
I think the best thing that Alex said about the black pill stuff was like, and I agree. He said, "I'm glad that black pill wasn't around when I was starting because it would just like fill my head with negative ideas, and like I wouldn't have taken the action to become the person I am."
Yeah, I could have totally gone when I was like my most vulnerable. I could have totally gone in a totally different direction. I could foresee myself being like, I'm just trying to think back to myself when I was like 19. I was
You would have been the biggest black pill poster boy ever.
Dude, I was like really depressed, right? I thought that like I had a feeling something was wrong, but I didn't know what it was, right? Really, what it came down to is that my game. But I could have easily come to a different conclusion that the problem was my face. And I'm just like not a fucking Chad. So yeah, and like just how bad my life would be if I went down that path. Like just I'm looking at everything I have. I wouldn't have any of this. I wouldn't have a business. I wouldn't have a girlfriend. I wouldn't have like all the fun I've had, all the traveling, like none of it. You know, so
it's just it's more so about hope. It's just interesting with me because at one point, like last year, like I stopped the red pill stuff and I like exclusively got involved in black pill. I never like became black pill, but I like researched a lot of what they were about. And like it's kind of interesting to like compare the two, like red pill to black pill, and how there's truth in both of them to an extent. But I mean, ultimately it's pretty interesting. I think this one's really interesting though. Do you want me to present mine so I can skip through I've got the actual like timestamps and stuff kind of.
Yeah, just explain to me where we want to go. I don't want to spend like too long on the video, but yeah, just give me like the high level overview.
Okay, here. You can fucking full screen if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, so just play this part so they can like explain what it is, or yeah.
This is audio.
Yeah, we can hear it. This is basically like a Jubilee ripoff, but like same thing.
Well, let me see which of these chicks I would bang. Okay, on the left, bang, bang. Ooh, definitely bang this one. That's a cutie. Bang. No, little chub. No. Oh, did they just do it from like hot to ugly? Because all the chicks on the right are ugly.
No, it's actually so interesting. So this guy, right at the beginning, his name is Patrick. He's a male model, Australian, I think. He's like 6'4", like good facial structure, like what we'd consider a Chad. Like, we'd agree that he'd be considered a Chad, basically.
Sure.
Just for the sake of the video. So
yeah, I'm sure looks for all would beat off to him. So yeah, that's a yes.
Okay, keep playing the video here.
It's just funny that all the hot girls on the left and all the uglies are on the right.
I know, but it's even more interesting with this guy because he's got he's kind of got game, like good enough game as a Chad, but like you'll see what I mean.
Hi, my name's Rafaro.
How you going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice to meet you. You're looking very fine today.
He just interrupts. Swipe left.
The blue eyes matching the blue shirt. I like it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Wait, is that positive or negative?
That's a no.
Oh, that's a no. Okay.
So
Hi,
you'll
I'm
get to
Malika.
see what they're like first, and then we'll skip through the video, and I'll show you the dates, and like it's crazy.
Big on
Good
Malika.
today. Good. So you're trying to make chocolate vanilla as well?
No.
Oh wait, no. Left is swipe positive, I guess, and right is no. So basically, they're doing pickup lines on him, and he's determining which ones he wants to go on a date with after.
Oh, come on. Are we gonna pretend like fucking the chick that he first said yes to is like a
I know
chick
that's when it gets crazy though. Like I'll explain it as it goes on, but just yeah.
I'm Taya.
Hang on, Tia.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. I don't have a pickup line, but I kind of do. Pick you up and we can do lines.
Hi, I'm Kira.
How you going, Kiara?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah. New experience for you.
No,
Not me. The set.
it's not a new experience.
Okay. I like your top. It's busting out. It's
Thanks.
good. Yeah.
Well, I want a new experience, so I'll say yeah.
Oh, he's gonna say yes to this fatty. Get the fuck out of here. This show fucking sucks already.
No, yeah, okay. So you can use your arrow key,
Hi, I'm
skip
Jessica.
forward a little
How you doing,
bit,
Jessica?
get to
I'm good, how are
the
you?
get to
I'm
the
good, I'm
dates.
good.
What was your name?
I'm Patrick.
Patrick, nice to
Unless
meet
you
you.
want to hear
Nice to
them.
I have no pickup line either, to be honest.
You gotta be better than that.
Okay.
It's a no.
Hi, I'm Lulu.
How you going, Lulu?
I'm well, thank you. I have one question for you.
What's up?
Are you celiac?
No, I'm not.
Because all I got is cake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gonna bang this fatty. That's a good one.
She's just curvy, Alex.
How you going, Ash?
Right, a little bit hungover. Do you want to come to a rave with me later?
Bit hungover.
Yeah.
Am I not worthy of you just being?
Why would I try for a guy I don't even know if I'm into?
Okay. No.
Okay, well
Hi,
that didn't
I'm
work
Tamara.
out for
How you
her.
going tomorrow?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I just did not come prepared, but I'm such a good dancer, and I'm so good at yoga, and I'm also good at cooking.
Yoga.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yay!
Okay, pause the video.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, my overarching point that we're gonna get to eventually is that this guy is like obviously very good looking. Like he's tall, he's handsome, he's a male
You
model.
made that point.
whatever.
We get it. You want to?
I know, but I'm prefacing this. Shut the fuck up. And so, like these girls, right? That was the first girl that actually like qualified herself, like actually did something that a man wants a woman to do, like show the man why she's good for him. The other women just gave oofy doofy pickup lines and whatever else. And that one girl was like, well, why should I do that if I don't even know if I like you yet? Like they all kind of act like entitled a little bit, but it gets even crazier at the end. So yeah.
Oh wait, did we just lose Austen?
I think he died from No, I'm just kidding.
Where am I going in this video?
Yeah, just let these last four speak, and then I'll tell you.
Hi, Maria.
How you going, Maria?
Good. What's your name?
I'm Patrick.
You're Patrick. You have a really nice build.
Thank you. I try my best.
And where are you from?
I'm from the west. From Williamstown.
Williamstown. I'm from Mary We're close.
Westy.
Yeah.
Hello, please.
Hi, Patrick. I'm Jess.
How you going, Jess?
Are you my appendix? Because I don't know what the fuck you do, but I'm trying to take you out.
I mean, I know the appendix actually does something, so I'm going to say no.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's the hottest girl. Let's see what he says to her.
Hi,
How you going?
what's your name?
I'm Patrick.
Patrick. Nice. My name's Davina. Nice
How
to
you
meet
going,
you.
Davina?
Good, thank you. What's your first impression?
First impression? No way.
All right. At least it's pretty real.
Hey, Patrick. Oh my god, they got it.
I took quite
Hey, Patrick. I'm Ray.
How you going, Ray?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good.
So you see what here, and that's what you get. So you liking that? Yep. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So it's at least someone. At least he's saying yes to the hot girls. All right. So where am I going next?
Okay, so basically, that girl that he just swiped on, the Davina girl, like she didn't say shit. He just like swiped her. Oh, can you guess? Can you guess what she does?
I don't know. She's a stripper or something.
The hottest girl there, yeah, she's got an OnlyFans. She's on Instagram and stuff. And like, so wait, yeah, go back. Right there, yeah. Oops, sorry. Go forward. To the most replayed part that you're on, right there. Play that first part. Go back a little bit. Yeah, this is their first. Yeah.
Where are you from?
Philippines.
Philippines. When did you come over here? Or you
Oh shit. There's some hot Filipino girls.
born here?
No, I came here when I was 9.
Oh, no shit.
How about you?
Well, I'm born and raised western suburbs.
Okay.
Mum's German. My dad's great-granddad's a convict, so half really Australian, half German.
Beautiful. Have you visited back in Germany?
No, I think it's still a bit too risky. Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Oh,
I
that's still a thing?
don't-
Is that an assumption or is that a
It's
real
an assumption,
fact? Okay.
so I'll stay away from there.
All right. Have you traveled much?
Yeah, been to South America, been to South America, been to Japan, been to Vietnam, mostly Asia, but
Perfect.
not the Philippines yet.
That's okay, as long as you have a taste for Asia.
I definitely do.
Perfect.
All right. Are we all too beautiful right now?
See,
Yes.
Well,
see, look. So right now it's not terrible. Like it's just get to know you talk, but like we can tell, they're not really vibing on anything, right? But like the black pillars would say, like because he's a Chad, like she would be like already all over him, right? So finish this one, and then we'll go to the next one, and she starts fucking railing him in the ass because he's like losing frame. He's like qualifying to her and stuff. Like I'll show you. Just play.
yeah, I'm sure you want to see a video of this guy getting railed in the ass.
Yeah, go.
Surprise there.
My point
It's like the
will
last
come
couple
full
Name
circle.
checks out.
How come?
Funny story, actually. There was a rib issue that I had, and I had to get a scan, and I forgot that they were there.
Wait,
they're
go
like,
go back
Do you have
to
piercings? And I was like, yo, I do.
go back like 10 seconds, and hear what he asks her.
And they're like,
Yeah, there you go.
right now?
Yes.
They are.
I took the last couple out.
He asked her if she had piercings.
Funny story,
and
actually.
she wasn't like she didn't tell him what kind of piercings she had. So she's what I think is maybe she has like a promiscuous past, and that might be like something that's representative of that. So she's like trying to cover it up to prove that she's not like that anymore. So yeah, let it play.
There was a rib issue that I had, and I had to get a scan, and I forgot that they were there. And they're like,
They
"You
show
have
up on the X-rays,
piercings?" And I was
though.
like, "Yo, I do." So I had to take it off, unfortunately.
Poor thing. So just that. No, nothing lower.
Is that a common thing for women to pierce lower?
I mean, belly button.
No.
No, all right. Then.
Is that a thing for you? Is that a fetish? Is that why you're asking, or
More curiosity.
curiosity?
So,
What does that tell you about a person?
what does it tell me about a person?
Why is it a specific question you chose to ask?
I don't know. Just sometimes.
Does it tell you maybe you have an interest
See,
for
pause the
something,
video.
or-
Pause the video. See, when I was watching this reminded me of like speed dating Malik, right? Like Malik is leading, dominating most conversations, and like when a guy says something that's like sort of like getting into the waters of like sexualizing, because we all know if you don't bring up anything sexual in early conversations, it's not going to work in the long term. Okay, so basically, she's like dominating him. He's playing into her frame right now, basically, right? Would we agree there?
Well,
What do you think, Austin?
the two things that happened were he was uncomfortable with a sexual topic, which shows that he's either sexually inexperienced or that he has some form of sexual trauma, which a quarter of people do. And then the other thing was that he just completely failed a shit test, and like he can't handle any pressure, and his frame just cracks immediately.
That's what I'm saying. So like at this point, like this is what I'm saying. Like black pill isn't. There's truth to black pill, but there's also truth in game as well. And this guy is not representing, great game. We'd say like Alex, I'd say you have better game than this guy. You're not as good looking. None of us are as good looking as this guy. But I think we can all agree that we have better game than him. So yep. All right, go a little bit more.
Okay.
Just a curiosity.
Bit of both, actually.
Okay.
So it tells me you were curious, and now you're just dipping back into something a bit more tamer now. So what are you
Tamer.
looking for?
What am I looking for?
Yeah.
The bar is really high, so I'm gonna need to see that. I can't tell you how to act. I just gotta analyze the way you behave.
And how am
Otherwise, if I
behaving
tell
right
you
now?
what I want, you start to act the way I want you to, rather than
Yeah, it's very true.
right.
Just,
Exactly.
Um,
What do you do, by the way?
I model.
Model.
Yeah.
Model
Wait, can you
what's-
pause it?
Yeah, pause. So basically, she is making him qualify to her. Like this guy, let's say he's above her in terms of looks match. Let's say he's more successful than her. I mean, she's an Instagram model, OnlyFans model, and these kind of girls like feel like they're entitled to like these amazing dudes. And so let's say this dude is already at that point, but she's like, what does she bring to the table? She hasn't given him anything that he wants to see. He's just attracted to her. So like he's not even caring. And he's like he's playing into her frame so hard here. Like what do you think about this, Austen? Are you seeing what I'm saying?
The one of the thing that I thought was funny is I just find it so funny when it's just like girls will say things like she's saying, well, you gotta do this and you gotta jump through these hoops, and it's clear like the value difference is like pretty stark. Like she's like, I don't know, pretty average, and he's very attractive, but I guess his demeanor is less attractive. But still, then I don't know, I find it funny. Like even when guys do this, when it's like clearly the girl's not that interested, but you're like, yeah, you have to meet all my 75 criteria. I don't know. That just makes me.
I would put her at a 7. I'll put him at like a 9.5 or something.
Exactly. So, I mean, that proves my point even more. But my overarching point doesn't have anything to do with like the black pill or red pill. I mean, in an inadvertent way, kind of. But my point is like girls like this, right? Like they have it all made out for them. Like you will come to find out towards the end here, her boobs aren't fake. And he asks her because she's like, ask me an honest question. He's like, are they real? And she got ultra fucking triggered. This girl got fake implants. Her body is fake because she's an OnlyFans model and an Instagram model. Dudes don't want fake ass bitches. They want natural bitches that will actually like be honest with them. But this girl is like,
well, I don't care. I don't care if her chick's tits are fake or not. It doesn't
Some
Okay,
people care,
okay,
some
but
people
okay,
don't care.
okay, but the difference is when like these girls have fake tits and stuff, and then they get an inflated sense of self ego, and then they have OnlyFans and Instagram where they get constant attention from dudes, and then they think that they're on the top of the scale when really they're like
I
right
agree with
here,
you. I mean,
maybe.
just look at this still frame right here. Look who has the power in this dynamic.
I know he's leaning forward. He's like a kid like meeting Hitler for the not. Oh my god.
I would have just literally taken the mic. I've been like, all right, let me hang on to this thing for a second. All right, mic is now, bitch. All right,
See, like, I would have fucking like give me that mic and then like put it in her face when she's saying something like, you talk when I want you to talk, kind of thing. Okay.
One of the interesting things is if you go deep into attachment styles, like a lot of people say like the types of relationships they'd want and all these things. But realistically, a lot of people are just not even a lot of people, I think almost everyone is at the effect of how they received love as a child and how that's shaped them. Like one of the things, there's this book on it called the human magnet syndrome or whatever. And it's like women that are very codependent and then men that are narcissists, and it like attracts like a fucking magnet. So there's other examples of this, but
no, that's also what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad you realized that, because like watching these dates, and then when we go to the second one, you will see the narcissism, like her and the other girl, because he ended up choosing this girl. There was one girl that Alex, that hot chick you said, the hottest chick at the beginning of the video on the left side. Yeah. She gave like long-term relationship energy, like she was like playing into him. She was qualifying to him because she was really into him. But he wasn't into that. He's more into like the hookups and stuff. So he chose this girl who tested him, berated him, and railed him repeatedly. He chose her over the other girl for God knows what reason. But this is just what I'm saying.
Well,
like,
it's actually,
even Chad suffice for bitches. Like, even Chad struggle with this stuff, especially if they don't have game, if they can't read social cues, they can't do any of this stuff. That's kind of like my point there.
I've gone out with like dudes who are like clearly Chads, and I've seen them struggle like motherfuckers. It's like, you get more initial interest in IOIs, but then like 2 minutes in, the girl realizes he's kind of a pushover and a beta, and then she starts dominating him. I've seen this just happen so many times.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, and that's why it's kind of like,
anything, girls sometimes are even more confrontational with Chads because they feel like they have to, like, I don't know, like it's like an ego thing with that. Versus if you're like a normie like me, you kind of get to slip in under the radar.
Yeah.
Hot until he opens his mouth. That's like what girls call it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they always fantasize about it, but then when they actually start talking to them, that's when they decide, kind of thing.
All right, let's watch maybe like another minute, and then we'll call.
Yeah.
What's the latest job that you did?
Workwear. So, do you know Bad Workwear, the clothing company?
Here, pause this one. Just go to their second date then. The end of it. Go where it says most replayed. Go to the front of the bell curve.
Right here.
No, like back a little bit. There you go.
Honesty. Just not being honest. I don't know if that's
bare minimum.
That is a bare minimum, isn't it?
One last question. What was the first thing you noticed about me?
First thing I noticed.
Be honest. Completely honest, because your ick was honesty.
Are they real?
Is that important? Is that important?
No. See, this is where he failed the shit test. She's like, "Is that important?" Like, absolutely. That is the only thing that matters, girl.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. He could have turned that around and won the shit test, but ultimately, like that. Yeah, but the shit test comes from a place of the girl being entitled. Like, the girl could have easily said like no, like if they were natural, but she's insecure about the fact that she has fake boobs, so she has to like test.
I don't think it's an insecurity thing.
I do. Why'd they get fake boobs in the first place?
Human beings are still animals in a primal level. And it's almost like a prey type of thing. Like, she sees him as a weak target, right? She's testing him, right? She sees him as like kind of weak target, right? And like, well, you never want to backtrack like that. Oh no, it's not that important. Fuck yeah, it's important. It's the only thing that matters. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, well, I agree. I would agree with you to an extent, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, I mean, I would argue against that. I think it is an insecurity. Otherwise, she would have never got fake boobs. I mean, she probably did it most likely for OnlyFans and Instagram, which is where she gets her ego from.
It doesn't have to be an insecurity. Girls get fake boobs because they just want to have fucking bigger titties. I don't know, man. Not all of them are like insecure. But all right, let's keep going.
I think she was
This is
embarrassed.
the first thing I noticed. You asked.
Good. It's a good, honest question.
First thing I thought is, you are fucking gorgeous.
Thank you.
And then I know real. That's nice.
It does.
Yes, so he basically lost. Yeah.
Well, there's also a lot of extra pressure on him because not only is this going on the internet, but there's like an entire crowd of people watching. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
problem with a
true.
lot of these dating things. It's like it's such an unnatural environment. Like dating is like you and the girl like getting to know each other, and in privacy, basically, or like no one else is listening in. But this is like a crowd of people and then millions online. It's like it's
No,
weird.
yeah,
And
and
I'm reacting
I
to it.
I agree,
This
but
photo
like
illustrates perfectly who has all the power.
That sounds reassuring.
Look
I
at
don't
that.
even think she has her arm like barely around him.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then get what he said after. So this girl berated him like earlier in the interview in the experiment. He walked in and she asked what his name was. He said Patrick, and she was like, "Do you remember what my name is?" And he was like, "Grace." And then she was like, "Really?" And she like literally fucking went crazy on him for it. And then at the end, they asked if he would take her out, or would he rather just like get paid to go on his own dinner date by himself? And he was like, yeah. And then he was like, yeah, I'll let her pick the place, pick the food, pick whatever. And I guess I'll pay for her too. And she was like, yeah, you're damn right. And this guy just completely like folded and like now
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
going into sim mode. Yeah, I guarantee they didn't even fuck.
No, of course they didn't. They probably didn't even go on the date. What are you talking about?
Well, they might have gone on the date, but they didn't fuck.
Well, I mean, but the girl like probably went on the date just to like get free food.
But
from him.
you know how
Kind of
black
thing,
players going to cope with that?
How?
They're going to say he wasn't Chad enough. His mandible was a little bit to the left, which is why the girl wasn't that into him. It had nothing to do with his dog shit game. It had to do with his mandible and his fucking mid forehead ratio and his fucking hunter eyes or his fucking I don't even know what the fuck else they talk about.
Yeah, but also like it's even worse than that, Alex. Like I don't know if you realize this as well,
Dude,
but the fact,
dude, Alex, your comments are funny. He isn't Chad enough.
Well, this guy's trolling.
I know.
It's even deeper than that, Alex, from my perspective, because when you think about it, these girls like Austen and I think that girl is like mid-tier. You put her at like a 7. Okay, she's still not like his looks match, like considering how much value he has in terms of his looks versus hers. But look at how much she tested him. It's almost like they get a sense of like euphoria from like shit testing these Chad guys, like good looking guys, and rejecting them. And then when they do that, their egos like get even bigger and bigger. They inflate even more when they shit test and reject these Chads, because it's like if they do that to a Chad, what are they going to do to a normie, man? What are they going to do to Chad lace? I mean, it's like
shit. Nothing. This is not going to be really different. As doesn't affect real life, like Austin said. I've seen the similar scenarios play out. This exact dating format, sure, but like this type of situation where like a really good looking guy got like fucking annihilated by like an average girl. I've seen that play out like constantly. Not constantly, but I've seen him play out a few times. So
I think he's referring to you as young Austin.
Somebody said we look like twin brothers.
But yeah,
are you a YouTuber? Are you just one of Alex's fans? Who are you?
Oh, I live in his dungeon with Natty.
yeah, it's dark enough down there.
You know, I'm just a serial killer. I come on here when I'm not sucking bloods and stuff.
Alex, you have like the community channel of the entire dating community.
Yeah, we have like the PWF verse. You know, we have different characters in the PWF universe. We got this guy, Mr. Slave. You know, he's a popular one. He's got a crazy story arc. Hugh's had a pretty interesting story arc of redemption. Like he lost his hair, and then like then he got basically kicked out of the Black Pill community. Now he's slowly getting it back. He started working with this guy named Coach White Pill. It's like there's various story arcs going on.
Sometimes when I'll see your videos pop up, your live streams, like when I walk my dog and stuff, and sometimes I'm like, this seems kind of interesting. And then one time I saw one, it was like Alex, Mr. Slave, the no kissing rule girl, the Bible bashing dude. Like, dude, it was just like the fucking the Avengers of the Alex universe.
Oh, I know, dude. I like getting like all the creatures together.
Wait, Austin Summers. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25. How did you meet Alex?
Same place you met him, in the basement. No, how did I meet? I guess we kind of knew about each other in the same niche, and then
Austin is watering down. I basically fucking ran my top tier text game on Austin for like a year in order to get him on the podcast. Austin gave me every excuse.
Remember, I was begging you to be on this fucking podcast, Alex.
He was like, oh, bro, you know, like I'm not in the same city right now. Oh, I don't know if I have the time. Every excuse I had to deal with. I was like, oh, well.
He's like, I just got done fucking 3 girls. I'm too tired, Alex.
Guys,
come on.
The fact that Alex got me on this podcast shows that he has elite level text game. Okay, so you're in good hands.
There's no giving up. There's no giving up. I just visualized it. I was like, just imagine Austin on your podcast talking about his massive dildo. Just visualize it. Okay, there we go. Image green in the back of my head.
Dude, I filmed a video on erectile dysfunction and used that video the other day, or used that dildo the other day.
Yo, Brad, we dropped the link so you can come on. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, Hugh?
I mean, I kind of, no. I mean,
Yes.
No. I really just wanted to see that. I just watched it today while I was at work, and I was like, holy shit, this is actually crazy.
I might actually do a video on this, like a full video, because it's pretty interesting.
Well, you and I can like give you more of like my thoughts behind the scenes and like give you timestamps, because obviously, like, you know, the audience attention span might be pretty
yeah, I wouldn't react to the whole thing. I would just cherry pick. But yeah, send me some timestamps actually.
Yeah, no, I will send you timestamps, and yeah, because it's an interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm legit gonna do that. I might even do it later tonight. Cool. All right, awesome. Thanks, Hugh.
Peace out, guys.
Everybody.
Alex, how have you been?
Oh, I've been pretty good, you know, just hustling.
You still eating paleo?
Yeah, man.
What do you do for water?
I drink it.
Why are you drinking out of plastic bottles?
Yeah, I know. It's suboptimal, man. It's just easier, convenience. Where do you get those?
You can get these at Whole Foods, like Mountain Valley. But actually, what I do is kind of combine the two, because there's a reverse osmosis that I use. It's called Aqua True. I'll put it in the chat. It's like one of the best ones. And then it just filters the water from your tap, and you can just put it into whatever you're drinking out of.
Yeah, I feel I think that's better, but like I just hate the extra work of like filling up water bottles and like filtering the water.
Well, dude, you're baller enough that you can afford some glass water bottles.
I suppose that is true.
Because you're taking TRT, and then at the same time you're decreasing your testosterone with the microplastics.
So I just inject extra in my ass. I'm like, oh, got to make up for the plastics. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually on the lowest dose of TRT I've ever been on, like, since I started. I got off the HGH. I'm not on DECA anymore. I'm like actually fairly clean right now.
Do you have to like cycle off of it?
TRT, no. But like stuff like HGH and DECA, yeah.
Cool. What should we talk about? We need more topics. Let's do some Q&A.
Yeah, guys, who wants to jump on, or if you guys have any questions, throw them up there. All right, let's see what we have.
Do comments? Oh, comments from Twitch come through here as well, or no?
Yeah.
Brad.
Huge. Holy shit! You want HGH Diku? Come on, no wonder. Yeah, but I will say this: I'm like stronger now than I've ever been in my whole life, despite the fact that I'm on like the least amount of shit. I feel like
that's another thing that I think one of the reasons the black pill took root, besides all the other societal factors, is the pickup community said for a long time, the looks don't matter.
I know.
It doesn't matter. It's just your game. So they would sell more. But also, it does fuck guys up if they think they have to like perfect their looks before taking action. But I think the balance, that's everyone listening, all these pills are fucking, there's equal parts retardation as there are equal parts good points in all of them. A person that has critical thinking skills can see, oh, black pill, be tall and handsome. Okay, well, why don't I make myself the most handsome that I can make myself? Red pill's like, be confident, you know, don't let her fucking drag you around. Okay, well, learn that, move on from it. And then what does pickup teach you? How to how to do game, right? How to convert the opportunities you do get. So you can take bits and pieces from each. You don't have to be sucked into a microcosm or an echo chamber of just people saying the same shit over and over and over again. Like, no intelligent person gets so sucked into a niche that calls themselves a pill. Like, why are you describing your philosophy on life a color of a pill? Do you have Down syndrome? Are you severely mentally retarded?
Like, yeah, it's just like a weird tribal thing. But the one interesting paradox is like out of all the black pillars who say, you know, like black pillars say looks are the only things that matter, pretty much none of them have actually looks max. Like 90% of them are either skinny fat or skinny fat. Like I've only met like one or two black pillars who are actually like in legit good shape. Like
they're just looking for justification for inaction and telling themselves a story as to why they're not having the life that they want to have, which is literally like a loser mentality. And if you want to look up the psychological underpinnings of it, look up learned helplessness and look up learned optimism.
Dude, learned helplessness is a fucking bitch. It's like a victim mindset. Like once you get that is a really fucking hard thing to like unwire and unlearn. That is like tough. That is like a fucking the cancer of your psyche. I don't know.
And one of the things I think about, like, it's like, imagine the risk involved. So if you go deep down a black pill or even red pill is like makes you toxic toward women. If you go really down those rabbit holes, you are alone at home and maybe all you do is just like it's basically your religion, right? Because we've removed religion from society.
Right.
So then on the other end of the spectrum, let's say the risk involved, and let's say, let's do 1 year of executing everything I can for my dating life in terms of doing everything I can to improve my appearance, doing everything I can do to improve my game, improve my, my career and the things that I'm working on, and have a better mindset, maybe meditation. What is the risk in going balls deep into that? Oh no, at the end of the year, I'm a better looking, more positive, charismatic version of myself.
Bro, they've legit convinced themselves that if you're not Giga Chat and you start approaching girls, you're going to wind up in jail. That is, if I'm steel manning their position, that is what they will say. Like the hardcore black pillars, they will literally say it is dangerous for normie guys like us to approach girls. It is dangerous. We will wind up in jail.
You know what happens?
I should get on.
This is what happens when guys see. This is the thing when you remove yourself from reality. I feel like to address these points, to save the 20% of people of that group that can actually think for themselves, would be to show footage. I have so much footage of students that, you know, I'd have to ask them to use it first. But if I put it online of them, you know, even getting rejected or getting some successes or everywhere in between, you'll see the whole range of the whole spectrum. Some girls go, no, sorry, I have to go. Oh, I have a boyfriend. Like the number one thing women say when you approach them and they're not interested is, I have a boyfriend. Because women are afraid of male violence from an evolutionary perspective. So they will say things in a way that doesn't hurt your male ego. And the number one way they do that is say, I have a boyfriend, or, oh, I'm in a rush, sorry.
Yeah, you could post like I've done this. I've posted. I'm like, okay, who contradicts the black pill? Indian P, right? He's like a fucking skinny, fat, bald Indian dude, right, with an accent. Like, obviously, he's like, you know, like far from like what the black pillars would consider someone who can get laid. And then I've like played videos or photos of him with girls to like black pillars, and like the cope is just like mind blowing. So he's like, oh, she's a prostitute. Oh, she's a super loose girl. No one wants to be with her. I think she's like a single mom. Yeah, he's probably paying her money. There's just like you just watch the excuse making just go off the charts. So it's a fun experiment to do. Let's get Brad on.
This guy says, "Yeah, where's your infield, Austin? Look at my channel. I have like hours of infield on my channel.
He has a whole bunch on there."
Yo, what's up, guys?
Brad, I've been waiting for you.
Thanks,
Bradley Pitt. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Austen. You have good content.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate so it. I was wondering what are your favorite countries you've been to?
For what purpose? For traveling in general, or just for getting laid a lot?
For getting laid.
So the favorite countries I've been to have been Colombia, Poland. Where else? Those are my two favorite ones. Thailand was fun too. You know what's weird in Thailand? This is the thing. If you get good at game in the West and then you go to some of these easy countries, it is insane. Like I was in Thailand, and I think I was in there for 2 weeks. And the first week I did 8 in a week. And then the second week I went to a music festival with my buddy there. We went with like 10 girls. It's just his girlfriend and all her friends. We got like a bus and went to the music festival. Anyway, I was talking to this girl at the music festival, and she said she was just like kind of not like vibing well with me. And I opened, and she was kind of weird. And then I went back to my friend and I was like, dude, I think this girl may be autistic. She's like not like, she's being really weird. And he turned to me, he's like, Austen, did you forget that rejection exists? And I was like, oh, fuck, dude. It's like for 2 weeks of my life, I didn't even know that rejection was a thing when I was in Thailand. So there's countries like that, but Thailand's also getting worse because it's the most touristy place on the planet. So there's actually a lot of guys that have moved there from other countries. So the competition is actually getting quite higher. So one thing I'll suggest is I'll refer my buddy David Bond. He has a video called what is it called? Man, I forget the name of it. Oh, it's Bond's optimal dating something theorem, bottle theorem. So basically what it is you find places that are closer to the equator that are not the most touristy city. And if you go there, you'll have insane penis arbitrage. It's basically you're taking your penis to an area where it has relatively higher value.
Okay. Have you ever been to Mexico?
Yeah, I've been to Mexico. Mexico City, in my opinion, is the worst city I've ever been to. Because just what are the basics of living? You need food, water, and air. The air's toxic. You can't really breathe it. It's super polluted. The water you can't even brush your teeth with. You have to like literally get bottled water to wash your mouth. You take a shower, you feel disgusting. And then the food will give you food poisoning and you'll have diarrhea. I had a couple threesomes with my girlfriend in Mexico, but we missed out on 2 threesomes because we were just throwing up and stuff. So I got food poisoning 3 times in a month, and she got food poisoning twice in a month.
Yeah, this is super interesting because I was just watching a video today by Squatting Casanova, and he said Mexico City is like one of the best cities he's been to. So you guys have like completely opposite.
I disagree. If you walk around there in person, you will struggle to find attractive girls. When I was there with my Colombian girlfriend, guys would just like I would have full groups of guys just like staring and like ogling. If you want more attractive girls,
are hot as fuck though. I feel like if you just go like one city over to Guadalajara, you can find some really hot girls there.
Yeah, more attractive girls are in Colombia, and more attractive girls are in Brazil.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well,
that's the thing. Everywhere is good if you're good at game, and like if you're absolutely like abysmal at game, going somewhere else doesn't really help you that much. And another thing I've realized is I don't want to just go to the easiest possible place ever. Like I don't want to go to fucking like I think Jakarta, Indonesia was the place that I've heard people travel to that they've just had like 3 bangs a day. And I don't want to travel there because I'm willing to put into the work to get hotter girls, right? So I don't care about just easiness. I'll put in 10% more effort and get a girl that looks like this, right?
Right.
See if I can animate that. Whoop.
Austen, when you approach a girl, let's say in the daytime, she uses I have a boyfriend. How do you go about testing that?
Oh, so yeah. First of all, if she's saying that, where was the question? If she's saying that as like a default thing, then that means she's just not interested.
Yeah.
But sometimes you'll find if you just stick in and you actually vibe with the girl, you will actually, she'll say that she doesn't have a boyfriend. She's like, oh, I just say that to every guy that comes up to me. She has like a default screen. Yeah. And then the ways that you can use to get around that, I used to use some things, but I've since changed it to a smarter one is, are you madly in love with any guy? Because if you say, are you madly in love with any guy? And she's like, well, not really. I have some guy. Every girl has a guy that she's talking to, like straight up. She has her ex reaching out to her. She has guys, hitting her up. She goes out for one night with her friends. She gets 10 guys getting her Instagram. Like every girl has some guy she's talking to.
I typically say, "Are you guys going to get married?" And then I just look at the hesitation.
Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Do you know any guys that have used pickup to get a sugar mama? How would you go about that?
Why be a man? Go after, like, create a career, build value. You're gonna enjoy life so much more knowing that you have that versus getting some fucking chunky chief marketing officer to pay you $5K a month.
Yeah,
like you make money and fuck hotter girls. So
the closest thing I know to that is I had a friend back in Austin. He's like kind of like a good-looking younger guy, and he worked as a male stripper, and he would like fuck all these girls for money, but they were like typically like meh. So he made his whole like living off just fucking like average-looking girls in the strip club.
Yeah, I want to say something to that comment too. When I was like younger and I was more in like a egotistical like taker mindset and more of a Julian fan, to be honest, I did have kind of that fantasy where it's like, man, maybe I could get my game so good that I just have some girl pay for all my shit. But it's kind of like an immature. It's an immature fantasy. It's not really like a grown man fantasy because you're just giving her all the power.
I've never had that fantasy. I was always like, yeah, I want to fucking make $1 million myself. That's interesting. I've heard other guys who said that, but I've never actually personally had that fantasy.
Alex, in your mind, doesn't it seem easier to just make your own money and then fuck hotter girls than it would be to psychologically convince yourself to have sex with like an ugly executive?
For me, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
I don't know, for me that seems easier.
The reason I asked about Mexico is because I'll be moving to Tijuana soon because I have a friend who lives there, and he's like, we've known each other for like 5 years. We met through a forum, but we talk all the time. He's like really into pickup, making money, getting in shape. Like he's fun, positive. Like we're two like peas in a pod. So I see moving there. I don't know how long I'll stay there, but I do see it as like the best of both worlds because I can enjoy the cost of living and the easy mode in Tijuana, but then I can also go to San Diego to like sharpen my skill set. So what do you think of that?
But
I mean, if I was moving to Mexico, Tijuana would be like the last city I would move to. I would move to
that's the most dangerous city in the world.
I'll move to like Guadalajara or like Puerto Vallarta or something like that. But yeah, I don't know why.
Well,
Tijuana,
I don't know. This
like,
is just
heavily.
Where,
yeah, it's like one of the most dangerous cities.
Yeah,
it's like really big on prostitution.
Just where.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is just where the opportunity opened up, to be honest, because he's the only person I know in Mexico that's like really into pickup he's the only person I know in Mexico, period. But especially
you realize you could go to any city throughout the world that has expats and meet people that know pickup. Like the correlation between like expats, pickup, entrepreneurship, poker, like these all just align. So you're thinking too small. Like you're like, yeah, maybe I should just go live in Syria or Iraq because those are the only people that I know that.
Bro, Syria pickup scene is off the charts, man.
Yeah, well, I have to go to Saudi Arabia because the only
like an AK-47, like motherfucker.
But the funny thing is, those places are safer than Tijuana. Tijuana is the most dangerous city on the planet.
I don't know if it's the most dangerous, but it's the highest homicides.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be careful for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I was
There's definitely going to be like multiple girls who are going to try to like lure you somewhere.
Okay, sorry, it's number 2 this year.
What's number 1?
Celaya, Mexico. Celaya.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I have this theory I wanted to ask you guys. So he told me there's a lot of like Americans that live in Tijuana. So I was thinking, let's say you're in Tijuana and you pick up an American girl that is either visiting or lives there. Would you still consider that easy mode? Like it's in Tijuana, but it's like a Western woman. Would that still be easy mode?
Girls that are on vacation are easier because they're in a more adventurous headspace and they don't have to deal with reputational factors of knowing girls and people in the same place. And a lot of times girls that are traveling are doing so to have more fun, adventurous experiences with guys as well.
Right, of course. But I'm saying, would you still consider that to take a lot of skill, or would you just say like, oh, well, that's easy mode?
Well, having sex in general is like you need some skill to it.
Well, yeah, of course, but I'm saying,
I don't think you should
let's
seek
say,
out the easiest ones. And who cares about
right,
how
but
easy it is or not? You're not like competing for a trophy. You just have to
well,
have
you don't.
experiences with women that you enjoy, that you're attracted to. And
Yeah, of
you
course.
gotta change the way you speak, Brad. Because if you speak like girls to this, like the same way to girls, they're gonna get turned off. You need to involve a lot more motion, and you tend to speak very monotonous.
Yeah.
Give
So
him some like
I'm
voice
just
training exercises, maybe, or something he can do.
Yeah, so we could do this. Let's see. This is just gonna push your limits. It's not saying that you should talk like this, but say I want you to talk about Tijuana as if it's the coolest fucking city in the world, and you're selling it like it's an Apple iPhone. So talk
man,
about it in a very as engaging as possible.
Nah, man, I get what you're saying, but I didn't come on here for like for this.
Well, let me try it. I want to see if I can do it. Tijuana is the shit, man. You got these big titty Mexican hookers, their titties out in your face. You go to the Hong Kong club, you start rolling 20s, and these chicks just start bouncing your titties. Bam! You just got yourself chlamydia, young man. But you're in Tijuana, where medicine is really cheap. So just a little $10 here, $20 there, and bam, the chlamydia's gone. Back at the club, bam, busting nuts.
Right over the border, Tijuana, Mexico. The easiness level 10x's, and every girl wants to have sexual intercourse with you. Welcome to Tijuana.
But half of them have a penis. So how does the exercise
No,
work?
man, I didn't come to Tijuana for penises, bro.
It's just to see
Straight
how
up.
like exciting you can be, or what's the purpose? Like, well, how does it work?
Because he needs to improve his range of expressiveness. Your expressiveness range is like very, very narrow. I actually had one of my students this past immersion this weekend. He struggled with this as well. So one of the fun ways to do this is you take one sentence and you go through all universal human emotions. So anger, fear, sadness, disgust, contempt, happiness, shyness, intent, like all these different emotions and vibes. And you say the same sentence over and over again. So for example, Tijuana with happiness. Tijuana, Mexico is the best city on the planet. And then like fear. Tijuana, Mexico. Best city on the planet. Right? So you can add different emotions to it.
Mm.
And one of the things like with talking to girls, it's all just emotions and vibes, right?
Yes.
The energy and the emotion of the interaction, right? It's a lot of guys, we tend to think women are like just us. And you'll see that too, Alex, with people's messages, right? Can you do next Friday? No, I can't. Can you do next Saturday? It is only logical that we go to the next day. Like as opposed to like any bantering or whatever.
Right.
So
right. Yeah. Do you have any other questions, Brad?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, cool. All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on. All right, take care, dude. All right, let's bring on next person. Ron.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up?
How's it going? I was just hollering at a chick right now. From Tinder. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good, man.
Whoa.
Pretty good. So what do you want to
Austin,
discuss?
you pull chicks, man.
no.
God
I'm
bless
trying
you,
to.
bro.
I'm
God
trying
bless
to
you.
With Alex's advice.
Yeah, no, I don't believe you, man. You have like a whole channel, apparently, clearly.
Nah, that's all CGI, bro. I use
Yeah.
the new AI for that.
Avatar animation.
Yeah, we had to wait for the technology to catch up for me to launch my channel.
Cool. So question, Alex, for February, do you have a venue where we're gonna hit up?
Yeah, I'm thinking the Wharf.
All right, the Wharf is good. That's like one of my go-to spots. Dude, you should invite like more people, bro. Invite Destiny. He's been wanting to do one, like cold approach bitches. That's how I found you, by the way. Like I was watching you debate Destiny. I thought Destiny was gonna destroy you, and you guys were like the same. I'm like, this Alex guy's not too bad. And then I checked you out. I was like,
no one destroys me.
Yeah,
no, I don't know, man. Yeah, I'll see if he's down. The thing is, Destiny's he's like kind of like he just like kind of just plays video games a lot and shit. Like it's kind of hard to get him like out of the house. You know
I seen him go to places for like podcasts. Like I saw you recently in that podcast with the
for work he will. For social stuff.
Right, yeah.
He will go out sometimes. But yeah, I'll see if I can do it. I'll try to make it happen.
Dude, the lighting in that podcast studio that you did that debate at, it was really good. Like it made you look really good. So you gotta like up your lighting game, bro. Like I seen your pictures. I'm like, yeah, this man clearly good looking dude, but the lighting, like I don't know. Sometimes I'm like,
I just do it to piss off the black pillars. The worse I look, the more like triggers I get.
well, it's working, man. I'm like, this man could get some better lighting, you know, whatever, man.
I'm gonna do like the House of Dragon, like the old man, like fucking whatever that he did.
Start taking the fucking mask off.
And I'm dying. What's up, guys? Welcome to PWF.
So how's this gonna work? Like, you're just gonna point at a girl and be like, "Go," and we gotta like.
Yeah, we'll discuss it as it gets closer. So I've just had, I've been meaning to be more responsive in the chat. I've been trying to plan my trip to Colombia because I just have so many things coming up. But yeah, let's. I don't want to like bore everyone with it, but we'll discuss it offline.
I don't think it's boring, dude. I think it's gonna be fun. Maybe they'll suggest some good ideas. You know, like
I mean, what I was thinking is this is kind of what I had in mind. I was thinking that we would go to a bar. I would point out for girls. You guys would alternate who approaches her first, and then we do like 20 girls, right? 10 of them you approach first, 10 of them the other guy approaches first, and then we look at one who gets more phone numbers and two who gets more dates as a result of those phone numbers.
How about we have like a ranking thing? Like, all right, if you get a phone number, that's like 1 point. You make out with her, 2 points. Look at this man. What is that?
We could potentially do something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool, huh? I don't know. Just an idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, invite Destiny over, man. I want to meet the blue-haired dude.
Yeah, man. I'll do my best.
All right. So Austen, what is it that you're creating, man? I kind of joined the chat a little late. Like you're making like an automated like game spitting app or something. I don't know.
Correct.
That's it?
Yeah, it's like an automated dating system. So it automates online dating using a neural net for women's attractiveness. So you only match with those girls. And then once Alex is done with his AI messaging thing, I'll probably plug that into there as well.
With the AI messaging.
Oh, gee whiz. I have so much work I got to get done.
I was getting
pressure's mounting.
Oh, shit. That's fucking interesting, man. Yeah. I'd like to. Hopefully that shit works out for you guys. I mean, I'd be interested in using it.
Yeah, man. Hopefully. Yo, Austin, go ahead.
When chicks say, like, on Tinder, it's like, hey, you're my first Tinder date.
Right
like, you don't know how many times I've ever heard that. That's a lie, right? That's cap.
No, not necessarily. Sometimes they're telling the truth.
Man, I don't know. Because I get a lot of these, like, Tinder virgins. Like, it's like, wait, this is your first Tinder date? Like, really? Like,
I don't know. I think some of the girls are definitely telling the truth. Some of them probably lying though.
All right.
I met up with a few girls who I was like their first Tinder date, like first and the last.
Yeah, that's happened too much, dude. I get catfished so much, man. Like it's crazy the amount of catfish.
What I started doing now is I require Instagram before meeting up.
That's not 100% fail safe, man. They're still good at the filters and fucking angles.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. If they don't have a lot of shit on their Instagram, I will insist on them sending me a full body photo. I'll like refuse to meet up until they give it to me. I'll just be like really stubborn. The girl will be like, "Come on, are we doing this or not?" I'm like, "Not until I get the photo." So yeah, I'll just be like a fucking party kill. I'm like, I am not leaving my fucking house until I know that you're not a secret fatty.
Dude, so like I met a girl with like 40,000 followers. That's like quasi influencer level. I was like, okay, this bitch must have like a lot of DMs.
As a side note, that is not quasi influencer level.
No, whatever, bro. But
quasi influencer level is like 400,000.
She at least has thousands of dudes in her DMs, and I don't want to compete with that. So I got her number. She wanted to meet the same night. I was like, okay, yeah, great, awesome, fantastic. I was like, I'm at the bar in Coral Gables, swing by, and she came. And bro, man, like the work she's doing on her pictures, the amount of filters and fucking smoothing she's doing was top tier. Because when I saw her, the plastic surgery, like her duck lips, you can see like she had a lot of these like fucking facelifts. Her tits look like fucking balloons.
Well,
And she
actually,
had-
that part sounds pretty good to me.
dude. No, bro, no. Sorry, when the tits are like this, like defying gravity, and they're fucking hard.
Can you send me this girl's Instagram?
I'll forward it to you.
Thanks, buddy.
She has like the scrawny legs, like the really skinny legs, and then like 2 giant tumor as an ass, like that nasty looking BBL thing.
I like every single thing you're describing. So
Dude,
far.
really? I was grossed out, man. You ever seen those viral pictures of like Kim K in the beach when she had like her fucking giant tumor ass? And her,
I like a girl whose
legs?
ass is so fat that if she was being chased, she wouldn't be able to run away. That's kind of what I look for.
Dude, I like it when the body flows like a Coke bottle,
I will overlook a lot of things for a fat ass.
Jesus Christ, man. So you like a BBL? Like I like them gym.
I like multiple BBLs. One is not enough. 2 or 3. It's ideal.
I like a gym, like you can tell, like, oh, that's natural, clearly.
No, I don't really care about that.
Some of these BBLs are botched, man. It looks really bad. Like it looks like a full diaper, bro.
Shit, man.
Bro, I can never even tell. I guess
Dude,
that's the Miami thing.
This bitch you can tell. Like dog, like it just like noodle legs and then just
wait. Let's let Austen answer this question because I've had it on the screen for a while. Austen, any advice to get Mosho back after a 6-year relationship? My ex had borderline personality disorder and fucked with my head a bit. Never had a problem with chicks, but just need a running start.
Yeah. So for people listening that don't know what BPD is, it's bipolar disorder, and a lot of the girls that have this, they do what's called deification and demonization. So it's actually kind of like emotionally thrilling to date them because they'll literally like worship you, but then on the other hand, they'll flip and they'll like demonize you and yeah. So it basically you're traumatized from that, which is in some sense a good thing because there are 3 ways you can change your life. One is through epiphanies that often come as a result of trauma. The second one is you're changing your environment, and the third one is changing your habits. So yeah, once you've processed the pain of that, I would recommend going out and meeting girls and doing so in a way like you're slowly getting back into it, and then have positive experiences, and then focus on the positivity of it. Like focus on the good actions that you're taking, focus on the joy, focus on the things that you do like about girls, so that you can slowly build up references that show you that women are great. And you don't end up becoming like a red pill guy that has a has a pain body attack about women and rants about them all the time. So Alex, I'm gonna hop off because I'm gonna do some filming tonight for my course.
I was gonna ask you a really quick question. Can you stay on for 2 minutes?
Just 2 minutes, bro. 2 minutes.
Who's asking this?
Me,
just 2 seconds.
Middle Eastern guy.
Okay.
Yeah, my question for you is like, what is your just general quick tips on like maxing out your Instagram? Because my situation is like I have an Instagram, but
well,
like,
why don't you just give me your Instagram? We can pull it up.
There's nothing on there. I have no photos.
No.
My question is like, no. So I have photos I can put on there, but wouldn't it be weird if I have like all these photos and then like I don't know?
Okay, every little this is like the autism of like everyone's paying attention to me and like oh my god, this is called a spotlight effect. No one gives a single fuck. Like the things that you're thinking about. Oh, but wouldn't it be weird if I posted like one photo each day? No, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
just post photos, get them up. And you can always iterate over time. Like if you're not doing anything, then you're letting perfection be the enemy of the good. So just literally start posting. And then over time, you'll learn what's good photos. You can start, literally just, no one's going to follow you or interact with you if you have 0 photos. It's like a serial killer Instagram.
No,
so
yeah.
Just start like putting up photos and start taking stories. The keys are, if you want to go above and beyond, actually here, I'll give you the step 1 because you just need step 1. The difference between a really shitty Instagram and a pretty good Instagram is if you just, every time you do something, you ask someone, hey, can you take a quick photo of me? And you give them your phone and they take a photo of you. Like that's the literal difference. And then from there, you can think about, like, does this photo convey status? Does this one convey travel? Does this convey pre-selection? Does this convey all these things? You can worry about all that stuff later. But if you're not posting anything, then there's no point. So.
Yeah, I would say
So
also
shitty
use
Instagram is better than no Instagram. You're saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I would say you can just easily look at my Instagram and just kind of like use that for ideas.
Yeah, if you want examples, Benjamin Seda is good. You can look at my personal one, Austin's Life. You can look at who else is good? Buddy Casey Redbeard. I have a bunch of examples actually. If you want me to bring up some more,
I think these three are a pretty good start.
No, that's good. I'll just put photos.
I know all these people's Instagrams. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
have you
Casey has a
noticed-
pretty good one.
Have you noticed a new trend where like I don't know, all the youngins do it anyways? Like they have like 3 pictures, but it's all about the highlights and shit like that.
Yeah, that's super common. Not only sometimes they'll have no pictures and it's all highlights. Yeah,
I don't like that.
see
I think
all
you
the
should do.
time.
I think you should do posts, highlights, and stories. I think you should do all three.
Should do all of them, right? Yeah, I felt
Wait,
like
Austin-
a fucking boomer. Like in my old account, I had like 300 pictures, and I'm like, all the cool kids only have 5. Like, what am I doing?
Austin, did you ever do a pickup video in a wheelchair? Was that you?
God damn, this audio quality is so good. What kind of mic you're
Thank you,
using, bro?
thank you.
You sound like you're ready to
ATT
do a
2020.
Jesus Christ, dude, you sound like
No.
you're ready for like a movie.
No, for real though.
voiceover.
Like years ago, did you do a pickup video in a wheelchair? Was that? I don't
No.
know if that was you or not.
Yeah,
That was him?
you can just type
okay,
in
okay, just
Austin
making sure I had the
Summers
right guy. I
7-minute
wasn't
poll.
sure if that was you or not. Okay, cool. You got me on to Galimatius, the artist. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
He has like a track on SoundCloud called The Voyage.
Are
He has, like,
you a
5
musician?
episodes of it. No. I mean, I know how to play instruments, but I don't like do music. I don't like.
You got
produce songs or
you got
shit.
good headphones, good mic, and a guitar behind you.
Yeah, I mean, I go on to I don't know if you know Greg. I go on to stream and play music sometimes, but that's about it.
Nice. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna go
Well,
film
well,
some
well,
videos.
Later, man.
All right,
Take it
dude.
easy.
Thanks for
Later,
coming
guys.
on, bro.
Good luck.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good luck
later.
picking up ladies, man. Yo,
I don't
man.
think he needs it, but yeah.
I don't know. I'm just fucking with him. It was just.
All right, and then there were 4. I do want to wrap up like any second, but if you guys have any questions that I can answer, I'll stay on for like.
Well,
10 more
I guess
minutes.
I was gonna ask you kind of like a continuation of the Instagram stuff.
Yeah, it's
I
like
know
7.5
Austin might be a-
inches, I would think, and then like it's a little bigger now. That what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, got it. No, but like in terms of followers, like do followers matter that much? And if so, what's a good way of increasing followers genuinely instead of
I
just
don't
having
think
like bot accounts?
Yeah, this is like a common question I get. I think that's kind of putting like the horse before the carriage or whatever, or the carriage before the horse. I forget how the fuck that saying goes. But if you just make like quality posts, like you will get followers. So I think that followers by themselves don't really mean much. Everyone knows you can buy followers. I've seen Instagrams where they have like 5,000 followers and they have like 10 posts, and like everyone just knows they bought followers, and that doesn't really do anything. Versus on the other end of the spectrum, you have a really good Instagram that maybe only has like 300, 400 followers. Like no one gives a shit. So yeah, people like focus way too much about followers. It's not nearly as important as like your posts.
Dude, I feel like 1,000 followers is like your barrier to entry. Like once you have
No.
the one comma, then you're a safe bet.
No, not really. I've seen dudes
No?
who have like 300, 400 followers and they do pretty well because they have really dope Instagrams.
Like just
Like
if you like
so, like
DMing
literally
girls on
pulling
Instagram,
girls just
that's
straight
all?
from Instagram, 300, 400
Yeah.
followers. Guys.
Yeah. Because girls don't focus on followers. Look, if you have like 1 million followers, that's impressive. But there's really not a difference to a girl between 300 followers and 3,000 followers. There's really not a difference. Like it's just like the scale is just irrelevant. If you have like 5 million followers, yeah, she'll notice that, and that will give you like massive social boost. But 500, 5,000, there's really no difference.
That's interesting. I didn't think that. I mean, I don't have any experience. I don't try to like game on Instagram, even though I probably should. But I always thought like I only have like just under 300, so I felt like it's not worth my time doing Instagram game because of that. But that's interesting.
Yeah, it really just has nothing to do with followers and everything to do with the quality of your posts. Like, yeah, I've seen dudes who have like 10,000 followers and their fucking Instagram sucks. Also, again, everyone nowadays knows you can buy followers, so it doesn't like followers don't even really mean much anymore. What actually means something is being verified. But yeah, like aside from the blue check mark, followers don't really mean that much anymore.
How do you get verified? But you have to be like
just pay someone like
a public personality, right, to get verified.
You either have to be like legit famous, or you have to find a agency that you can pay a lot of money to do fake press releases.
Dude,
Yeah,
I was actually really interested earlier when y'all were talking about the AI stuff. Like it made me really question like where we think online dating will go in like the next decade or something. I know y'all kind of got into it, but y'all were talking about like how successful the business would be if you had something that automates all of it for guys, because everyone would want to buy it. But y'all didn't really talk about like how it would impact dating online and like the negative side effects, or how it would change things, right?
Yeah, I mean, it could just go in so many different directions. I know it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, it just got me really curious. That's all.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like Tinder and Bumble and all that shit, it would get to a point, right, where like all these dudes are matching with these girls and they're all saying the same shit, so it's hard to really distinguish like, is this guy worth anything or not? And then it would like make things move towards like video conversations. I feel like maybe it'd step away from text combos, and like in order to actually meet with someone, you'd have to do more video conversations.
I think
the bullshit.
I think we're like over. I think there's going to be in the next year or two like a new app that comes along that's going to become like really popular. I think we're overdue for some kind of technological innovation with dating apps. Like we haven't really had anything new in like the last 5 years. Like it's still Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. Right? Like those Tinder came out in 2012. Bumble was like what 2015, 2016.
Yeah. But dude, ChatGPT just came out this year, and look how much fucking content and like people are talking about it. Like it just like shit just happens fast, dude. Like yeah, we've had this shit for 5 years, but dude.
Right, but I'm saying we're overdue for like a new app, something new. Because a lot of people are really tired of dating apps. There's like everyone, the world is moving more towards online dating, but at the same time, dating app dissatisfaction is an all-time high. So right now, there's a really good, like I think, opportunity on the market for like a new type of dating app that's going to solve a lot of problems. Hopefully, you'll be on. We'll see.
I think even like all the like AI shit getting super advanced, I literally just tested it with my own pictures, and like they don't look real quite yet, but they look really damn close. And yeah, I mean it's gonna start getting super legit within the next few years. So I think it might just saturate dating apps so hard to where everything is just expected to be fake, and then push people more into like real life interactions. So they're like, I just literally can't trust anything.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people rely on online dating. Like I'm one example, right? I get everything delivered. I work from home. Like I work remote. I never go out hardly except for meet friends occasionally. So like I heavily rely on online dating, and I feel like I'm not the only one. I feel like there's a lot of people that do. So I don't know. Part of me just feels like it'll shift to more like video interactions and like kind of step away from text, because pictures and text can only do so much, and like video is like the truth.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Like, okay,
video
you're getting what you see. It's like the closest thing to actually meeting up for a date, right? So I feel like
where do you guys live?
I'm in Miami.
I know you're in
Texas.
Miami, Alex. I'm talking about these.
I'm in the Bay.
Oh, okay. I mean,
where are you, Lando? You're in Texas?
Yeah.
What part of Texas?
I'll just say one of the big
Austen.
cities.
Okay, cool. I used to live in Austen.
Yeah. Okay.
Good times.
I don't know. Miami has so many fucking women, like loose women, that it's never any like. It's not hard to find chicks here. The
That's what I
only
like
reason
about
I stopped like going like just cold approaching them is because like I almost got my ass kicked by like some guy because I didn't know his wife was married at the time.
Whoa! That seems like an interesting story. What's the story?
Story time.
All right, just I went to Blackbird, just saw this chick. I approached her, just like dancing with her and shit. Colombian chick, real thick. Probably you would call her fat because you were calling some of the hot chicks fat earlier. I was like, man, what? Are you crazy? Anyway, and there's another side story about that with Indian PE, by the way. But anyways, whatever. She was down. I was down. I fucked her. We kept talking a lot. Like, we kept texting and conversating. And then just one night, she's calling me at a weird hour. And I'm like, I just answered, hey, how's it going, sweetie? And she's like, it was the dude. It was like, who's this? I'm like, it's Ron. And then he's like, why are you fucking talking to my wife? I was like, oh, brother, I didn't know she was fucking married, man. Like,
I thought that should happen.
Wait, that has nothing to do with cold approach, though. That same situation could have.
But wait, you didn't get beat up. You just had some random dude call you.
I mean, he was trying to find out where I was, and I'm like, hey, man, look, sorry, didn't know. Like, I wouldn't have otherwise. Like, chill. Like, take it up with your wife.
I don't understand why dudes get so mad at the other guy. Like, it's like, why are you so mad at him?
I was
like just fucking break up with your chick, or like pretend you didn't know it happened. Like, dude, why do you get so mad at
yeah,
other guys?
I've had that happen to me in the past. I always troll the guys. I'm always like, yeah, I'm just sorry, bro. But she was like really into like me taking my shamlam twin, slapping her on the left, slapping her on the right. Like these guys aren't gonna do shit.
Dude, it makes zero sense why these guys get so triggered when their girl cheats. Bro, like get mad at the girl, don't get mad at the dude. Like
no, this guy sounded like he would have hunted me down with a gun.
Nah, they ain't gonna do shit.
I don't know, bro. Whatever.
A real guy,
nice guy.
A guy who's gonna hunt you down isn't gonna call you until he's gonna hunt you down. He's just gonna hunt you down. Wait, so that's what discouraged you from doing cold approach?
Well, and that wasn't the only time that I ran into someone, and I'm like, and then I start calling her up, and they ghost me, and then my friend was like, "Oh, I know her. She's engaged to this dude." And I'm just like, "Fuck, man! I just want to like have like steady pussy, like a girl." I'm like, "Oh, she's hot. Let me try to like double down, like tap it more than once at least." And I was like, let me try this whole like dating app thing. Saw your videos. Like I wasn't getting much action. And then, you're like, do the shirtless pictures and don't look like you're posing. Don't look like you're trying hard. And it just like night and day difference, man. It was like going from like 2 matches a day to like 15 to 20.
Shirtless photos for the win.
Yeah, man. And now it's like, it's getting like overwhelming and exhausting. It's like, all right, damn. Like sometimes I wonder how I swipe right on some of these chicks that I met. Because I'm like, all right, whatever. Must have been sleepy. Like I have to just narrow it down, talk to a few of them, narrow down which ones I want to meet them, narrow it down even more. Because a lot of bitches fucking catfish, man. It's crazy.
Yo, I want to ask y'all. I want to throw a hypothetical. Yo, I want to do like a little ethical test. Okay. I'm gonna put y'all all in this situation. I want to see what you would do. Okay. Let's say you had a girlfriend for like, I don't know, 6-8 months, whatever. Y'all are pretty chill. Y'all are monogamous. Even if you're not monogamous type, just imagine you're in one, right? And everything's going great. And your homie hits you up and it's like, hey dude, your girl's been texting me and she wants to smash. And he's following the code. He's like, look, she's messaged me. She's down to smash. I'm just letting you know I'm not doing it. But like, would you let me? Like, what's your thoughts? And then what would you do? Would you let your homie smash or no? That's the first question. Then I got to go forward.
No.
But listen, okay, listen.
Smash, he can smash. And
Understand this. He's coming to you. No, he's literally coming to you. He's like, dude, he's showing you the evidence, so it's not bullshit. He's like, look, she's literally like fucking out here like saying, I want to get with you. Like, can we meet up tonight? Like, Alex or Ron, he's gonna be gone. He's with his parents. He's on vacation or something. Like, bro, he doesn't have to know. Like, you want to do it, and he's showing you this, right? So you already know your girl's unfaithful, okay?
Bro, but that's so degenerate. Like, why would my friend want to hook up with my girl? That's just like not a friend at that point.
If she's seducing him,
I would be like,
that's how you stand.
I'm not dipping. I'm do whatever you want. Like, you guys are both out of my life.
That's how you stand. Okay. Bro, why? Okay, listen. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say hard no to no way my friend is fucking her, and then I would just break up with the girl.
Well, in my case, I was talking to like an OnlyFans chick that I met at Boogie's, and my little cousin came and hung out. He met her, and then she didn't initiate it, but he slid into her DMs, was messaging her, and she was like, "Hey, your little cousin's like hollering at me." And I was like, "Hey, if you're interested, go for it." And I even told him the same thing. I'm like, hey, look, if she's willing to give it up, go for it, dude. Like, I'm not gonna be mad. What the fuck? I'm not gonna stay with her or continue fucking with her. But
yeah, bro, that's different than like a 8-month monogamous relationship.
I guess.
Christ.
I mean,
so Ron would let his homie smash. Y'all two wouldn't.
Yes, smash, and then
and y'all would just break up immediately.
No, but like right? somebody who's even interested in that situation, I wouldn't even want to be friends with.
Oh, he's coming at you. He's like, listen, bro, like I'm not gonna do anything if you don't want me to. Like, I'm letting you know. Like, you wouldn't want your friend to come straight forward to you. Like, what if he wasn't even proposing? Like, hey, I want to smash her. He's like, hey, check this out.
I would appreciate him coming forward. I just
You think it'd be weird? You think it'd be weird if your homie was like, bro, she's hot. Like,
that's a homie,
cool?
bro.
Like, you think that'd be weird?
I say smash, bro. Like, fuck that.
You think so?
I'll be like, fuck the shit out of that slut.
Nah, I'll be like,
bro. Honestly, I'm on Ron's side. I'll be like,
I'll be like, when you're nutting on her.
Like,
face,
why, bro?
like,
at that point, so,
hey,
have you guys had long-term relationships?
Be like,
yes,
hey,
I have, bro. I've been in several.
Too.
I've been in several, dude. Dude, like, you already know she's unfaithful, so you don't have to stay with her anyways. Why do you care so much that she fucks your homie?
Lando, can
Yeah,
you
but I
explain
guess,
to us
like-
the context of the story? Like, did this happen to you? Or something
No,
your
it
parents
hasn't.
found
It's just a theoretical that's like popped in my head. I'm curious how other people would react or respond in that
something you
situation.
saw in a porno, or like what's the deal?
You caught me. Yeah, it's my top search result. Okay.
Lando, Pornhub,
Interesting.
girl with boyfriend, fucks friend.
Man, y'all wouldn't let the homie smash, man.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I'm like,
Not
fuck
an
the
8
shit out of that.
that's-
relationship.
I mean,
Like,
I guess that's up to
what
you.
more,
That's
bro?
weird. Like,
was like
you
2
already
or
know
3
she's
weeks,
unfaithful.
it's
You're gonna
different.
toss her anyways. So like, you know, but okay.
Yeah, exactly.
8 months is a long ass time.
I'm not mad. I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad. I would just toss both of them. I'd probably be upset because I just devoted
Not so much
like
the guy,
6 to
bro.
8
Come
months
on.
to
Look,
it.
I personally would set a guideline and be like, look, I don't want y'all to like get together and be in a relationship, but you can smash. So it'd be weird. It'd be weird if he suddenly got in a relationship with. That's when it'd be weird for me.
Nah, bro, I'm not.
That's when it gets weird for you.
Yeah, not when she's inside her.
I
Bro,
mean,
like,
I'm not a
you know.
jealous guy anyway, so it's just, I don't know. I'm just built different, I guess.
I guess so. All right. Anyway,
interesting.
I think that's a good question to end it off on. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Bro, next time I get a relationship, everyone's gonna be like, yo, Landon. Your girl, she's messaging me, bro. I can already see it, dude. My phone's gonna fucking blow up.
Most likely. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for
All
tuning
right,
in tomorrow.
take it
We
easy,
are
man.
going
All right,
to do
guys.
speed dating tomorrow. I know I keep promising, but tomorrow we are going to make it happen. So tomorrow speed dating 9 o'clock. It's going to be a good time.
Is
See
there gonna be
y'all
some
later.
hotties? Because I've seen
Yo, it's so funny.
some
Everyone
There'll be
grenades.
some
does
fatties.
Grenades
No, there's
around,
going to be
like-
hotties. Yeah. There's always hotties. Come on, what are you talking about?
No.
Dude, nobody,
No.
everybody in the chat is
Not
like
at all.
flaming me for this take. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Bro, come on.
Can
You
you
know,
get
this is
eaten
like the
on?
Red
Is-
Pill community. You know how they are about that shit.
Bro, like
Is
everyone's
eating
like,
on the-
yo, that's so weird.
Bro,
Like,
if
why
your
are you being so
homeboy
weird
Dude, they
about
say-
it?
is
I don't
okay.
get it. Why? Why is that
Well,
such a bad thing?
Well, I mean, yeah, what you're saying
such
is
a
kind of,
weird
I find kind of bizarre. Like, but I don't know,
Really?
like when fucking people ask me, like, yo, where's Natty? I was like, oh, she had to go on a work trip. Like, even that's considered sus. Oh, work trip. She's getting fucked right now. There's 10 dudes inside of her on this work trip. Like,
Yeah, that's
she's
that-
on a work trip. She's working her pussy on 20.
That's that fresh and
20
fit line of
penises.
reasoning.
Yeah, it's just like a common thing in this community.
That's hilarious.
No, but
Like,
are you
I just
gonna-
don't understand why be so protective if you know you're not in a relationship with her. Why, like, why do you even care?
Exactly.
Like,
Who gives a
let your
fuck?
homie get his dick wet. Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah,
Send her my regards.
Or
That's
just
it.
find it weird as fuck. And I
guess.
wouldn't be down with that. Anyway, all right, y'all have a good night.
All right, take it easy,
All right.
man. Later, guys.